off a daily fantasy. His number too high, then I'm probably fading him. He been on the road, he gon' eat up my salary. I hit a buy, he gon' lie before lock. Play back to back, then I probably won't pick on the DFS bachelor, good as it gets. Build a few liners and hit me a leg. He had a good game, but it might be a trick. Log in the Slack so I know who to pick. Sharing our liners, we all gon' get rich. New to this game, you should come to the page. You might want some cash and get a good laugh. DFS sports, we gon' run up a bag. He heard every game and it's making me mad. You buying your lineups, I think you a cheater. DFS bachelor, he the new leader. Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to The Bachelor Pat. I, of course, am your host of DFS Bachelor, and we're going to go over our Fantasy Draft NBA picks for Friday, January 10th. It is finally Friday. As usual, we're going over our core five players who I think could be successful tonight. It's a larger slate, obviously, tonight, as it typically is on Fridays. So it's just a quick five. These have been pretty good for us lately. First things first, thank you for all your support. I truly do appreciate all of you making the show a part of your day. Our NFL videos, NBA, different sites. No matter what it is, you guys make me a part of your day, and you always make me feel good about it. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the team. Be sure to hit subscribe down below. Get access to all of our content. Our NFL video for FanDuel and DraftKings I put out last night. Later this afternoon, I'll have our Fantasy Draft NFL video where we announce our winners. And then, of course, back on Monday, we'll start back with NBA for both slates, etc. So lots and lots of content. Hit subscribe if you are so inclined to do so. By liking, commenting, and subscribing, you qualify for our weekly $25 PayPal. That is sponsored by Draft Dashboards. Draft Dashboards where I have my player pool, lineup optimizer, mass lineup generator, etc. There's a link in the video description below. So like today, I'm only going to get a Fantasy Draft NBA video out. But if you want all the research, projections, and stuff for FanDuel DraftKings, you can try out Draft Dashboard for 30 days for $1. That link's in the video description below. There's also a link in the video description below for Fantasy Draft. It's important that you click that if you wish to be part of the drawing. Click that, create an account, comment with your Fantasy Draft username. Boom, you instantly qualify for our drawing. Fantasy Draft, for those of you who are new, is rake-free DFS. What that means is all of your entry fees go right back into the prize pool. You can see right here on the $5,000 layup, there's 1,000 entries, it's $5. All 5,000 goes right back into the prize pool, which means you have a greater chance at winning on your entry. The players win more money. Overall, better experience. I really enjoy it. Fantasy Draft, a lot of fun. Click the link, try out Fantasy Draft. That link is right there in the video description below. Cheers to all of you. Coffee or Bailey's Friday. I'm getting excited for my Niner playoff game tomorrow. I'm starting to freak out a little bit. I was mad that it was the earliest game on Saturday, but now I'm happy because I don't think I could take another day of it. Anyways, I digress. So let's get started. Let's start here at the top at guard. You can see the format on Fantasy Draft a little bit different. You play 3 guards, any type of guard, point guard, shooting guard, etc. 3 forward/centers. So you could, in theory, play 5 point guards, 5 centers, and then 2 utilities. So it's a little bit different. Also, the salary cap is 2 times that of DraftKings. So you have a $100,000 salary cap. So it's important to keep that in mind as well. So Trae Young against Washington. Washington, in terms of Fantasy Draft scoring, is 28th against opposing guards. He's 18-3 on Fantasy Draft. He's been red hot in 2 of his last 3 games overall. He has a 60 and a 73. Now, I did find interesting, his last 4 games against Washington, nothing over 29. I think that's pretty strange. I think he bucks that trend tonight. I think he puts up a big game. 18-3 is the equivalent of being about 9,100 on DraftKings. I think that's a really nice price for Trae Young. Paced up game. Both these teams play at a very fast pace. It's actually slightly paced down for Atlanta. But, you know, again, both these teams, 2 of the faster teams in the league. I like this matchup a lot, and I like Trae Young a lot tonight. Next, at guard, Patrick Beverley. We're getting him for 9.6 here on Fantasy Draft. That's the equivalent of about 4.8 on DraftKings. He's actually 5.3 on DraftKings. There's not going to be any Paul George tonight for the Clippers. He's already been ruled out. Of course, you never know with Kawhi. I would expect Kawhi does play, but it's going to be extra usage for Patrick Beverley. Made his return from injury the last game, played 29 minutes, put up a 24. I expect him to be even better tonight against a Golden State team who's just simply not very good. And Fantasy Draft scoring, they're 9th against guards. But again, another paced up-ish type game. Golden State is starting to pick up the pace a little bit. Patrick Beverley, I like Patrick Beverley a lot at 9.6, some salary savings. He's got that 40-point upside. When you look at his last 4 games against Golden State, a 43, a 42, a 44, and a 27. It's a great matchup. They're actually 26th against opposing point guards. Golden State is. Patrick Beverley's in a smash spot tonight. I really like Patrick Beverley. Next, for a little bit more value, I like Josh Hart. Drew Holiday already been ruled out, so Josh Hart is going to get the start again. In the last game where he got the start, he played 33 minutes and he put up a 30. We will take it against a New York team that's 15th against shooting guards, 26th overall against guards in terms of fantasy draft scoring. The Knicks play much slower than New Orleans, so it certainly is a pace-down game, but he's only at 10K. That's about 5K on DraftKings. Really, on DraftKings today, he's 4,700. So that's interesting. I actually misspoke earlier. Patrick Beverley is, what did I say? He is 4,800, but he's actually 5K exactly. So we're still getting him a little bit cheaper on DraftKings. Josh Hart at 5K, 30-point upside against a bad Knicks team in Madison Square Garden. I like Josh Hart a lot. Next, LeBron James. We're getting him for 19.2. That's the equivalent of about 9,600. Very unlikely that Anthony Davis plays. I know he did travel with them on the road trip. First, the news came out, Anthony Davis going to miss at least 2 games. Now, I guess it's not as bad as they thought, and he's traveling with the team. Even if Anthony Davis plays, get ready for the standard, headed to the locker room, Anthony Davis. He's one of the softest players in the league. So extra onus on LeBron James. He is questionable with that illness. He played through the illness on Tuesday, put up 31 points, put up a 50. Dallas, 27th against opposing small forwards, 25th overall against forwards in general. For under the equivalent of 10K on DraftKings, I like LeBron a lot. His last 4 against Dallas, an 88, a 54, a 44, and a 39. Give me that 88-point game with no Anthony Davis, extra usage. And a game against a good Dallas team. Dallas is good this year. They're a playoff team right now in the Western Conference. It's shocking, but it's true. I like LeBron James a lot, and I like that price. And finally for me, with Marvin Bagley out, Rashawn Holmes out, Harry Giles will start and play about 15 to 18 minutes. Trevor Harrison Barnes, pure utter garbage. Just one of the worst players ever. I hate Harrison Barnes so much in terms of fantasy. Like, there's words cannot describe it. But this guy, turning back the clock a little bit, playing 30 minutes a night, Trevor Ariza, we're getting him at 9K. That's the equivalent of 4,500. He's 4,700 on the other 2 sites. We're getting him at 9K on Fantasy Draft. Milwaukee, 28th overall against forwards. When his look at his last 5 against Milwaukee, especially his last 4, a 35, a 33, a 27, and a 23. We'll take that at 9K here on Fantasy Draft. So if we go with that core 5 of Trae Young, Pat Beverley, Josh Hart, LeBron James, and Trevor Ariza, that still leaves you 11,300 per player. That's like the equivalent of about 5,700 per player. Plenty of salary. There's lots of ways you can go with so many games. There's lots of value. So, a guy like Rudy Gobert against a bad Charlotte defense, you could plug him in and then start getting cheaper down here. Again, click the link, try out Fantasy Draft for yourself. Don't forget to create your username and then comment with your username. Be part of our drawing. Later on today, I will have that Fantasy Draft NFL video where we'll announce those 3 winners for this weekend's $25 Hooters main event. The $25 entry into the $75K Hooters main event. Thank you very much to them. Don't forget, if you want my player pool, lineup optimizer, etc., try Draft Dashboard, 30 days for $1. That's down there as well. May the fantasy gods be with you all. Good luck this weekend in NFL. Good luck tonight with NBA. I appreciate you all very, very much. We'll see you soon here in a couple hours as I get to work on this NFL video. Thank you all again. Goodbye, folks.